Now, throughout my time in school, I wouldn't say that I was a bad kid by any means. I would always do, most of my work, and I would always be pretty respectful towards my teachers. But this didn't mean that I was a saint who can do no wrong. Actually, kind of the opposite, honestly. I've unfortunately had my fair share of, moments where I got in trouble. Like, one day during pre-K, I was just drawing with some crayons, and the dude right next to me was like, "Yo, look at this, bro." And he shows me his hand, which had like a bunch of crayons in him. And I don't know why this really fascinated me for some reason, so I decided to try the same. So I grabbed a bunch of crayons from the big 95 pack of crayons with like the built-in sharpener. And this isn't related to the story, but if you had that big 96 pack of crayon with the built-in sharpener, you basically had the same power as the president in that classroom. You would be coloring with colors that you didn't even know existed. Like, what do you mean I'm coloring a picture of a grape with purple mountains majesty? Kids would ask you to borrow a crayon and they would be like, do you got blue? Well, I'm using blue right now, but I can give you wild blue yonder if you want. Anyways, I grabbed a bunch of crayons and I just stuffed them into my hand, and I kinda just sat there for a minute, not really knowing what to do. Yeah, dude, this is so cool. Then my teacher basically teleported to my desk, slapped the crayons out of my hands and grabbed me by the face and just said, "No." And then she threw me in timeout. Now, she honestly probably didn't slap the crayons out of my hands, but that's how I remember it. Oh no, I guess I thought that event was like weirdly traumatic in my little brain. Honestly, what really scared me about that whole ordeal was that that teacher was super nice and she never crashed out at anybody. And of course, it had to take me picking up a bunch of crayons to make her lose her cool. Alright, now this second story takes place many years later when I was in 5th grade. Alright, so in my elementary school, we basically had like the same rotation of substitutes whenever a teacher was absent. And one of these substitutes was a lady named Miss Jones. Yeah, that's right, I'm using her real name. Good luck finding her. There's like a billion Miss Jones in this world. Now, Miss Jones garnered a reputation of being the most hated person on planet Earth. Nobody in the school liked her, not even the teachers. And honestly, the feelings were mutual. She would flip her shit at anybody, no matter the age, gender, race, or grade level. And it just so happened on this unfortunate day that my class would end up being stuck with her. So I walk into my class and I see her at the desk, and I already know I'm in for a bad time. But I just ignored her and just took my seat and started reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Hard Luck. Amazing book, by the way. And I don't know why, but Miss Jones decides to single me out in front of everybody and tell me to put the book away. But she didn't tell me it like that. Instead, she said, "Put the book up." And I've never heard anyone use that phrase in all my life, so I didn't know what she wanted from me. So when she said put the book up, I thought she meant that I had to raise it up so she can take it away from me. So the whole thing kinda went like this.
"Young man, put the book up."
Everybody in the class saw this and was just dying laughing at my stupidity. And I guess the teacher thought I was being a smartass, so she was like,
"Oh, you wanna be like that, huh? Well, do that again and you're going to the office."
Like, I wasn't even trying to be a smartass. I was just genuinely confused on what she was trying to say. Like, people were asking me, "Bro, why would you do that? You made her mad." And I was like, "Dog, I didn't know." Now, the tale of Miss Jones doesn't end right there, because I also had her in some of my classes during 6th grade, the year after. Now, this specific time, she wasn't actually subbing my class, but she was subbing the lunch group. And I was just getting to the cafeteria to eat my food after me and a bunch of people were like doing a test or something. Now, Miss Jones was chaperoning the little kindergartners just eating their lunch, and even she was yelling at them. And like, I see this and I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore that. But then this fat ass dude, okay, first off, I just want to say, I think that all bodies are beautiful and you should love yourself for who you are, no matter how you look like. But there does come to a point where you're obese and you need to change that, because you could probably like die or get your toes amputated. Anyways, this big dude named Brian was right behind me, and he replied to what Miss Jones was saying even though she wasn't directly talking to him. And Miss Jones thought that I said that. So she storms over and gets like all up in my face, and she just says,
"Go to the office."
"What?
"Go to the office."
I didn't even say anything."
"Go to the office now, young man."
So now I'm arguing back and forth with her, trying to prove my innocence and, blame the whole thing on Brian because it was his fault. And he's over here denying it, like, oh, no, that wasn't me, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. After a bit of arguing, I just don't even go. I just go straight to the lunch line and get my food. I'm like cursing under my breath. I'm like, that her. Who do you think she is? Some kind of And since I was getting my lunch super late, I had to go take my lunch and take it back to my classroom to eat it there. And as I'm walking towards my class, some dude behind me says, "Yo, Kodo, they're looking for you. She called security on you." So I basically just started booking it towards my classroom, trying to get away from her like it's some sort of Disney movie.
They're gaining on us. We have to get out of here.
So I make it back to my classroom and I'm like all out of breath and stuff. My teacher's asking me like, "Bro, what happened?" And I tell him about the whole thing and he honestly didn't really care. Because I was really chill with this teacher, so he just kind of let it go. Alright, now that's the end of Miss Jones for now. Now this last story I have happened, kind of recently in high school. So my school recently installed these like metal detectors, which honestly I think is a bit overkill. Like my school is ghetto, but we're not monsters. It's not like the spirit of King Von is at my school just possessing random kids in order to get them to kill each other. Usually they have a little table for us to put our Chromebooks down so we can slide it across so we can pass through. And I never really have a problem with this system. Sometimes it would go off, but that's just like me leaving my phone in my pocket or something. And I just take it out and just go through again and everything's easy peasy. And the security guards at these checkpoints are usually like really chill about the whole thing. They're just like, "Oh nah bro, just like take the phone out of your pocket and you good." Except for this one day where things didn't really go as planned. So it was early in the morning. I was tired. I think I had an argument with my mom that morning, so I was kind of pissed. So I arrive at school, and the first thing I notice is the big ass line for the metal detector. Okay, a bit weird, that doesn't usually happen, but I guess I'll just wait then, in the freezing cold. Eventually the line like cuts down, and now I'm up to go scan. So I put my Chromebook on the desk, and I pass through the metal detector, and it beeps. The security guard tells me, "Go back bro, go back." So I go back again, this time without my backpack on my back, and it still beeps. Then he tells me, "Take everything out your pocket, take everything out and go back." So I take everything out of my pockets, and I go through once more. It still beeps. Now I would like to say I don't bring contraband items to school. All I bring is just my phone, AirPod, keys, and wallet. But now, the security guard, the Steve Lacy looking ass mother thinks I'm a terrorist bringing in bombs, knives, C4s, and guns. So now he's giving me all this confusing instruction, telling me to go back, no, do not go there, no, don't go there, go here, no, there. And I'm really starting to get agitated, so I'm like not really following his instructions that clearly. So now he's screaming in my face saying, "What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?" Look man, I'm just trying to get an English class, bro. We're learning about Shakespeare, bro. I can't be missing that, bro. I already know I have to, like, decipher to be or not to be. That is the question. Like, ain't nobody want to do all that? Finally, I pass through, and, like, it doesn't beep. And he's, like, talking to me, like, yeah, this high school, I don't gotta be here, bro. Like, basically flexing on me the fact that he's not a high schooler anymore. Like, I really give a shit. And that's exactly what I told him. Verbatim. Alright, if you're a small child, cover your ears for this part. Yeah, okay, I really don't give a shit. Error, red alert, shut down the school. Everybody get in the basement, The hell? Get down on the ground! Anyways, now I'm sitting in this random office that I've never seen before, and the assistant principal asks me for my name and what grade I'm in. I tell him that I'm a senior, and then he asks for my school ID. And this is happening during the second week of school, so we haven't even gotten our IDs yet. So I tell him that I don't have it, and he tells me, "Oh, you don't sound like a senior, you don't have your ID, you should have gotten it like when you went to the cafeteria." And I tell him that there was nothing like that at the cafeteria, so I ended up just showing him my driver's license. He takes it, writes some stuff down, gives it back to me, and just says, "Look, you can't be having any more of those bad days, okay? The counselor's gonna talk to you later after school, okay? Now go back to class and apologize to that security guard. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll go apologize to him right after. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day, young man. Yeah, I didn't end up apologizing to that guy because, screw him, am I right? Aha, aha, aha. But no, honestly, what I did was really bad. Like, don't cuss out your teachers or your security guards because, honestly, they're just trying to do their job, you know? They're just trying to keep the school safe and stuff like that. There are definitely better ways to resolve issues instead of just using, like, dirty language. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this video. Follow my Instagram. I have Instagram now. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.